How much is this worth? 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 You know, the number one thing I see on every Facebook group I go to is how much is my stuff worth? And it's so easy to figure it out. We're actually going to show you today a number of different ways to find out the value of something. This might be something that you're in a thrift store or at a garage sale or at a flea market and you pick up and you want to know if it's worth what they're charging. Or it could be something you have from your own collection or something sitting around the house and you're thinking about getting rid of it. But you really got to know, what's it worth for me to end up selling it? So that's what today is going to be all about. We're going to show you how to check for sold prices on a number of different places. So today we're going to talk about what's it worth. This is all about the sold prices that you can find for almost any item by looking on sold things for eBay, Etsy, and some other places as well. See, the challenge that a lot of people do when they're trying to price something, and I see this all the time and it drives me crazy, is I'll go to a garage sale and somebody will have a printout from eBay that says, this is for sale on eBay for $700 and I want $400. And it's like, yeah, but if you looked at eBay solds, you'd see that it sells for $3. So anybody can ask anything they want. As my dad's old saying, you're going to ask $300 for it until someone gives you the money. It's not worth anything. So this work today, we're going to take you through how to find out sold prices on your phone and on your desktop. We're going to take you through how to do it on eBay, on a couple other places, Worthpoint, which is a really great service that you can get, and also on Etsy and even Maxsold. And we've got a couple of really interesting things to show you as we get towards the end, especially for you to do on your desktop. So first off, let's talk about surfing things on our phone. So go to any thrift store, go to any garage sale, and you'll find something and you want to know, how do I find out the price of this? Well, it's really easy on the general sense of things. All you have to do is open your phone. I'm just opening my phone right here, and I'm going to show you it as soon as it decides to open for me. Come on, open phone. Here we go. It's cloudy today. And here we are. There's my phone. Now, there's a thing called Google Lens, and Google Lens is like your best friend. And all you have to do is, that's the icon in the top corner up there. So we're going to try and see if you can get to this little icon that's right up here. See Google Lens. We're going to take a click on that. And then it asks you to search with your camera. So we're going to search with our camera this funky little guy that I found, this cute little atom with a fig leaf bug. Now, when I click on that, you can see it immediately takes me to a page of where this image is showing up. So I can look right now and see that it's on Etsy, on Flickr, on Poshmark, on PicClick UK. All of these different places I can actually see this specific item for sale. Now, I might try and click on something and go, okay, I want to see it on Poshmark. And when I go to visit it, oh, there it's sold for $15. Okay, but I also want to know some other places. So, well, there it's on Etsy. And I visit that, and it's sold, but I can't tell the price. Well, today we're going to show you how to do that. But we're also going to show you how to find, just generally, when you find something you want to search for, you're going to go into eBay. And again, I'm going to do this all on Android. This is all the same, basic same on your iOS Apple phone. So when you go into an item, you can go into eBay, and then you're going to go to a very simple place on eBay. You're just going to go to that top corner. You're going to type in something. So here's something that I was looking for earlier on today. I was looking for this game called Tamagoro Zumu. So I saw this at a thrift store, and I wanted to know how much it was going for. So I popped in here, and I could see, but this, again, I'm looking here at live for sale prices. I'm not looking at the sold prices. I'm looking at the for sale prices. So the important thing to do is go up to the filter. Now, it could be on the left or right, but look to the filter and then go down, show more options if you have to. And you'll see a thing as we go further down that says sold items. Now, if I click on that, I can actually see right off the bat, there are no exact matches. So it won't show me anything. But it shows me something else that said Zuru. Well, let's look at another thing that I know had some sold stuff by it, which is a Grimode tarot card So here's the tarot cards. Again, I'll go into filter, I'll go show more, and I'll go in sold. And there's 131 items. So I can look in here and check and see, oh, this is what I had and it sold for $29. This is not what I had. This sold for $32. Now, remember, when you're doing searches for sold prices, what I want you to keep in mind is you may need to change your search parameters, the words you're using a little bit. Don't start off with a really long set of words. Don't start off with 78 card Maldavani tarot cards by Grumet. Just start out with tarot Grimaud. In this particular case, I also knew that I wanted to search for a miniature because that was actually what I actually had. So when I go and put in miniature, it actually doesn't even show me any. So maybe I'll try the word mini and see what happens there. Wait, look, it does show me some when I go into mini. And again, we'll double check filter. We'll double check solds. 2 results. So here's exactly what I saw in my thing. 2 results for mini tarot. So I'm actually seeing these come through and it's perfect. I can get an idea of what something costs. Now, I'm going to take you outside of this and take you actually to the real eBay platform. So on eBay itself, let me just shrink this guy down. On eBay itself, it's just as easy for you to do these searches. All you have to do is go into here, and again, we can type in here. There it is. You can see because the scariness. This actually knew what I was looking for. So Grimaud Tarot Mini. There's the search. So here's the live search, and again down the side, you will go in on your desktop and click on solds, and there are the same 2 solds. So if you're doing it at home, if you have something that's a collectible that you have to look up or something along those lines, something that you own, it's like, oh my goodness, I have my Pee Wee Herman Maquette. I want to find out how much Pee Wee Herman is. Well, you don't even have to use Google Image, but you can just type in Pee Wee Herman Maquette and see what that says. Anything that you're looking for. And again, the clearer you, when you start seeing 135 sold items, maybe you have to go, okay, what else do I need to add to get to my exact item? So that's the easy way when you're looking at something like that, to look up solds. And I tell this is what drives me crazy, is everybody doesn't know how to look up sold. It's so easy. Just type in the search and then go down the side and click on solds. If you don't want to know solds and you go to, for example, in this case, I don't put solds in, somebody could be asking the same amount for that money for $132. So you want to make sure your images and everything are the same. Now, there's something else that's really great on eBay. And for some reason, they just decided to rename the damn thing. I don't know why, because eBay does a bunch of stuff where they never ask the sellers who are using their platform what's the right thing to do. They have something. Now, these sales that you see on eBay, let me just sort of backtrack. The solds you see on eBay are only 90 days, and they're rolling 90 days. So that means it's only the past 90 days that you see. You don't see something, for example, I'm recording this in June. You won't see a sold from January. You will only see the past 90 days, and it moves along with you in the world. Now, if you want to see something older, then you have to go what used to be called TerraPeak and has now been changed. This is what it used to be called, TerraPeak. What an easy thing to look up. And you used to have a really easy way to find it. And then eBay decided about a week ago to change it. And now it is just called research. So you have to go into My eBay, go into your selling section, and when you're in eBay in selling, you'll see a thing here now called research, and this is now just called product research. So TerraPeak is now just product research, our new name for TerraPeak. Now, the nice thing in here is that you can do a bunch of things in TerraPeak. You can search the last 3 years, 7 days, all these different ways of searching. You can also do custom searches in here. Now, the really nice thing about doing a custom search is depending upon the time of the year, whatever you're selling, maybe something you're selling is only available, or you think this is going to sell a lot bigger because it's for Christmas in October or November or December. Well, if I'm looking now in June, the 90-day won't show it, but this will. So I can actually put in here the dates that I want all the way back to 3 years ago, but I'm just going to say, I want to know from last year. So from, I'm going through here from October 1st until December 31st or Christmas, December 24th. I want to find out that custom amount. And I'm looking for a Hallmark Star Wars. ornament. So let's just put that in. It lets you choose the categories here that you want to look at. We're going to do all categories for now, but it shows you here the average prices only during this period. So you've got a better idea, especially if you find seasonal items and you look on eBay when you're at a garage sale or a thrift store or something like that, and you see something seasonal and you go, oh, look, because people are getting rid of a lot of their Christmas stuff right now. But if you look them up, you may not find them. Well, now you can look up 3 years worth. Now, they did not make it easy on how to do this on your phone. Of course, why would they? Because if they made it easy, then it would be easy. So what they've done, if you're not using product research, aka therapy, on your desktop, then you go to your phone, and this is where you have to find it now. You have to go into, let's see if I can find it again, because I always end up, you have to go into the selling page. And when you get into the selling page, you can see how much I sold. Go to scroll down, and there you go, product research. So that's how you have to find it now. So if you do the search just in the regular search, you won't see it, but you have to go in product research, and then you would be looking up the Star Trek ornament there, for example. And you can choose the range, the ship. See how this is so not easy on the phone. So I have a tendency to say, you know what? If I'm looking for something and I need to see more than 90 days of sales on something, well, there's a much better platform for you to be able to see those 90 days worth of sales. And that is through a app called Worthpoint. So we've shown you how to find it on eBay. You can find 90-day rolling sales on eBay for anything. You can go on that on your desktop or on your mobile. You can find 3 years worth. Easier to do a bunch of stuff with it on your desktop than it is on your mobile, but you can find it now on mobile, 3 years worth. But this is one of our favorites. This is Worthpoint. And Worthpoint has about 15 plus years of research on here. So the nice thing is as well, Worthpoint also has an app. So what we have right on our system right now, I'm just going to show you a quick look at my phone. There is our Worthpoint right there. So I can actually search for something on Worthpoint on my phone. Don't flip off the page, flip on Worthpoint. There's my Worthpoint. I can go into there. And again, I can look up things on here. So if I want to know something that sold in the past 15 years, that's my comparison. So a lot of times now when I'm out thrifting for reselling or at estate sales or garage sales, not really garage sales unless you get in the car, but if I got a little chance to look at antique malls, I'm looking it up, or even when I see stuff for sale in other Facebook groups or anything like that, I'm looking it up on Worthpoint because I got 15 years worth of stuff. Now, if you look at the description for this particular show, you will see we have a code in there that lets you have a 7-day free trial on Worthpoint. It does cost about $30 a month, but if you are what we call the random resellers like us, and you have good sales over the course of the year, I think it's $250 or something like that for the whole year if you sign up for a 1-year period. We find it like an immeasurable asset for us to have for all sorts of different things that we've got. So you'll find a code there that you can use that gets you the 7 days free trial, so you can look up some things. Now, people always wonder who are Worthpoint's partners. Well, take a look. This is a lot of the stuff you'll see is eBay, but there are 610 million items and 1 billion photographs in the price guide. And look at all of these. There's like 200-300. These are all companies that provide Worthpoint with their sold amounts. So again, if we were going to be looking, and there's eBay right there. But if we're going to be looking at anything in here, look at all these places. Gunslinger Auctions, Hills Auctions, Ivan Kirk Auctioneers, all these different auction companies all give the information to Worthpoint. So depends on what you're looking at. You may be looking up something and find that you find something easier. Here it is. I'll just put in here. Let's say that Pee Wee Herman Maquette and see what happens there. No results. Okay, maybe I spelled Maquette wrong. Let's just say Pee Wee Herman. So there's Pee Wee Herman. 33,000 items have sold over the years. Again, you can go into puzzles and toys, all these bobbleheads. Let's just look up the bobblehead then, since that happened to be one thing. Bobblehead. So there are 1,180 bobbleheads sold. You can search by best match, most recent, highest, oldest, highest priced. I can see what's the highest price one that's ever sold. Well, the highest price one here, I have to go in here and I have to sign in. I don't know why it signed me out, but it did. And there it goes, $699 for a signed Pee Wee Herman one. So again, this is the kind of thing that Worthpoint is invaluable to me on. It's so many pages and so many items. Once you sign in, you can see, look at all these. I got all the prices in here. I can see, well, you know what? Does anybody interested in this right now? The most recent one sold is a $32, $38 one, a $35 one. So again, Worthpoint to us is invaluable as an asset. It's on your phone, and it's just search in there on Worthpoint as it is to search on your desktop. So that's two. So I know you thought there wasn't anything. Well, first of all, you don't have to, like, there's not nothing. There's Worthpoint. There's eBay, and there's even other places that you can look for solds, which I think nobody even thinks about. One of the big ones is if you actually go to a company like Maxsold, which actually does a lot of online auctions in a number of different places. If you look at their sites, make sure you check and see. You can actually check sold prices on Maxsold. So if you're thinking about having an auction, here's an example. This happens to be where we are. We're based in Toronto. So we will go into here and show you our Toronto side of things. And I'm going to look in here for auctions, and I'm going to look at past auctions. And if I go to past auctions there and I go, you know what, I want to find out whether any Pee Wee Herman stuff has sold, I can click on there and I can find the 4 items that sold. And I can actually, you have to click into it, but you can click into it and see, oh, that one sold for $2. That one sold for, come on, open up. $11. But you get the idea. You can go into Maxsold and see that. Now, those are good. Maxsold is a lot more limited, but if you're doing auctions on Maxsold, it's a great way for you to judge, well, is the stuff I'm going to sell getting any money? So the next thing I'm going to show you is a bit of a game changer. If you find items that have only been for sale, you can only find them as being sold on Etsy or on Ruby Lane, which is a very narrow collectibles site. And that is a company called Flipper Tools. Now, we're going to show you this on our desktop because that's the place that works the best for you. If you can work a desktop on your phone, go for it. But I'm old. I need a bigger screen for it. So if we go, this is Flipper Tools. Now, Flipper Tools has come back now, and it's a great site, flippertools.com. It's free. You can go on there and see. You can get, where's my eBay coupon? It tells you how to find it. It tells you eBay best offers. But not only that, you can check Etsy sold prices. So all you do is click on the item there and enter the Etsy URL. And once you enter the URL, it will take you to the item and show you its sold prices. But not only that, and this is what I think is the best thing out of all, they've now added a Chrome extension, which you can add the Chrome extension in, and it will actually reveal the prices when you're doing the searches. So you don't even have to think anymore. So how does a Chrome extension work? Well, it sits in the background of everything that you're doing. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that are in here. This is, we just looked at this. This is the little Adam novelty mug. And this is actually something we sold, Pickles the plush dog. But I can't see if I found this Pickles, I can't see how much it sold for. Well, here's what happens. When we take the Chrome extension and we add it in and we make it live, watch what happens. I can click on this and the Chrome extension adds in the price. So you actually get to see the price right there. And if I go back and I click on this one, sold, well, you know what? Click on that. There's the price, $20 Canadian, because I happen to be in Canada. So the great thing about that is it's a Chrome extension. It sits in the background. So if you load this onto your laptop or onto your desktop, then you have that Chrome extension working. Anytime you open something in Chrome and it's on Etsy, it's going to give you that sold price. Again, asking prices are never the right thing to look for. Ruby Lane is another place that it actually does the same thing. So we can go back to that and show you not only there, here's this, that's the Etsy sold price page. But if we go to Ruby Lane, you click on Ruby Lane. And again, you just type in the Ruby Lane URL. So find it, copy it, paste it, and you'll be able to see it there. So the key for all of this is for you to figure out, like, I got this little guy and I got to figure out how I'm going to sell him. I've got this Pee Wee thing. I've got something from my collection. I want to know how much my Star Wars comics worth. I want to know how much my Mikasa China is worth. I want to know how much this doll is. I want to know how much these jeans that I didn't wear that I bought in 1975 were worth. All of those things are in there for you to be able to find out. And there's lots and lots of information. So all you do is you go into eBay and check solds. You can check 3 years worth of solds under eBay's new product research. You can check 15 years worth of solds on Worthpoint. You can add a Chrome extension in or just have the URL for Etsy and you can, or Ruby Lane, and you can check that using Flipper tools. So many ways for you to find out the sold prices on something. So don't go by everything else people say. So thanks to everybody who's joined us here. This is normally our Tuesday night live hall pass. So we're going to see a play tonight, a musical. So we're putting this on in place of it. So hopefully you've got some really interesting information here and you'll start to be able to find where solds are from. If you do have any comments, please leave them below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And again, look for solds, not for sale prices. Well, I'm Bad Dog. I'm out of here. Time to go to see Wicked. Yay!